What is up, everybody? As you can see, that I came home and I fell asleep. Woke up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I've been asleep for 12 hours, but I promised a review every day, and that's what I am going to do. So it is about 5:30 a.m. You can tell that the sun is coming up. No color in here. A lot of color, whatever. But anyway, let's just go ahead and kick off this review. The intro starts, and they all do their introductions. This is cool because we start off in battle. They team, I forgot what I named these teams now, but the Ferric and the rest of the crew are battling the drug smugglers, the drug dealers, whatever. Uh, they uh they so they talk about a homebrew rule that they have. I think I forgot to mention in the session zero, but if you do watch session zero, you know what I'm talking about. They have a homebrew rule that they can switch initiative with a person. So there's six of them. They can switch initiative three times. Uh, I think that's a pretty cool initiative. It's not overpowered, but if you want your tank or your damage dealer to go first, and then your wizards kind of go last, because sometimes wizards want to cast fireball and then everybody's in the way. So that kind of stuff is planned out and talked. That I think that makes more of a tactical situation. Um, but you always got to remember what the good guys can do, the bad guys can do, type thing. I don't know. Anyway, going into battle, they start fighting these humans, these drug dealers, and Ambrose goes right for the kneecaps. He pulls out a crossbow, straight for the kneecaps. He hits. It's hard to be like a DM and somebody does that and then it hits. I know it's a called shot, but it's just like he still has like 70 HP left, so like that doesn't affect him, even though these arrows hit his kneecaps. But whatever. Ambrose is a menace going for kneecaps right off the bat. Ferric does this really cool description of what he looks like when he's trying to do this really cool thing, and then it doesn't work out. Sometimes you have these good descriptions and they just don't work how you expect them to work. Pickles uses her fire runes for shackles. I like rune knights. They are pretty cool. If I go fighters, I usually play a rune knight of some type. I want to play a samurai, but rune knights are really cool because like all the reactions and stuff they have. Pickles uses her fire rune to make shackles on this one guy, and it's pretty good. He's about to break out of them and attack Pickles, but Silvery Barbs is a menace. Carlos is starting to hate that spell. It is very much menace. It's like counter spell. It's like a downgraded counter spell, but I don't think you can counter. Maybe you can counter spell Silvery Barbs. Whatever. Spunk, he continues to use God. It's not Spirit Guardians. Holy Weapon. I think it's called Holy Weapon. Spunk continues to use holy weapons, and he uses his old heroes that he used to run with weapons. Last time he had Bob, and this time he has Tim. So that's pretty cool. I like that. I like that image of like Spunk having these old people he used to run with and using their weapons. Mirage, man, that man is the most shit talkingest man, and then he runs away. Like he ran out and says, "Do you not know I, Mirage the Magnificent?" And then he shoots a couple of missiles. Then he runs back to the tree line. I mean, good wizard tactics, but don't trash talk that much and then just be like, "I'm gonna run away." Everyone describes their attacks so well. Like they do such a good job at like being like, "This is what I look like when I attack. This is what I do when I attack." So they do a really good job of that, painting that image of what their character looks like when they attack. Um, they fight on for a little bit, and this episode was majority combat. But Cloudfang starts to take damage, and you find out that Power Word Fell has their own race called the Crystalborn. And she is a Crystalborn. She kind of shreds her human skin, and you can see like this crystal lining underneath. Carlos holds nothing back, man. He is trying to kill these people, and it shows. He does. I mean, the full party's not there, but he is definitely trying to kill these people. Ferric ends up killing the other guy that I don't remember his name. Ferric ends up killing the other guy. Cloudfang screams in like hatred. Then we cut back to Christopher and Evangeline. Evangeline wants to go back and talk to Lord Zales at a later time, and Christopher's just like, "Why? Why would you want to do that? That's crazy." They go back to the horse stable man, and the horses are ready. They take all this man's towels because he promised them towels, and they took all the towels. They're like, "Oh, we get towels," so they do that. So they get these horses, they get this cart, and they get the towels. Neither one of them know how to drive a cart. Evangeline has never had any, like, has always had somebody to drive a cart. Christopher's never been rich enough to own a cart and horses. He's never even rode a horse. So, I mean, they're just kind of looking at each other like, we can figure this out. How hard can it be? So they end up rolling for animal handling or something like that, and they did pretty bad, but they ended up getting out of town or doing whatever. And they kind of drive the cart out of town, and then we cut back to Team Otter. Ferric is a very scary, magical owl bear. He describes some things sometimes, and I'm like, that's terrifying. That is utterly, utterly terrifying. Pickles licks the back of Spunk for some reason, and she like, Spunk is poisonous, but I mean, I don't know if he can activate that, but that he's very unfazed by that. Where was I? Mirage can't use a sword. he is a magic. Ferric immobilizes Cloudfang. She is held down in a place by the spell that Ferric cast. Mirage walks up, pulls out his short swords, and tries to stab this woman to kill her, and it does not work. Everybody tries to take her. AC is like a 21 or 20 or something, and everybody tries to kill this woman, and they just cannot hit her, break through her crystal skin. They really set this up. They really killing these people. These people who were like, "Hey, can I bother you for some help? Like, like, if you guys don't want to help us, it's cool." And they just was like, "Let's kill him." It was like, I don't see the reasoning behind on this, because they were just like, let's kill these people. Christopher's not here to judge us. Let's just kill. Like, I felt like this was very murder hobo of them. I do not see the reasoning for killing these people here. Anyway, but Ferric still has a hold on these people, and everybody's just walking up trying to hit him. And I feel like Carlos was just like, "Well, I'm trapped. They're gonna kill these people." Eventually, he's like, "She just gives up, and you're able to kill her." And I was just like, man, I don't know why I felt like that was really messed up. So they start to loot the. One thing about Ferric and Spunk, they're gonna respect the dead. Ferric's gonna do proper burial rites. Spunk is gonna do whatever clerics do. Apparently, they had a whole system for people they've killed before. Spunk licks people to heal them. Just a little frog tongue on the back of you, wherever. And Ferris like, you're lucky it's not the inner thigh. It's really weird. I have in my notes twice. Like, they really killed these people and looted their bodies after these people were like, hey, do you mind helping us? Pickles takes the drugs, which was the crystal lady. She kind of crumbled and turned into this powder. And then Pickles was like, I just want to taste it. Find out it's some kind of like temporary drug that gives her a boost and whatever. So Pickles takes all of this dead woman and uses it as drugs. She feels like she can fly. Just kind of, she has this high. And she ends up like picking Miraz up and throwing him, like running around with him and then just chucking him. Ferric checks the body and finds the actual drugs that they were going to sneak into the kingdom. So he ends up taking that. After the looting is done, Team 1 shows up. Christopher and Evangeline. Christopher says, we have a bigger problem, and the episode ends. And that's where the episode ends. Christopher shows up. They did say Christopher shows up. I don't remember Evangeline being there, but I think I do know she's there with them. Like I said, this episode was mainly combat. I think Carlos did a really good job of jumping back and forth from Evangeline to the other team. Did a really good job. I felt like everybody got enough screen time for what they were doing. The combat moved at a very nice pace. There was nothing. The descriptions were great there. Everybody does a really good job of describing what their characters do in certain situations. We didn't get. I just want to know what was the reason. I'm gonna hop in the Discord and I'm gonna bring up some old stuff, but why? I mean, they talked about it a little bit because they were like, they could be potentially bringing drugs to support the bad people, but I don't know. I feel very like this isn't a good reason to kill these people. But whatever. It was a good episode all the way around. I quite enjoyed it. Combat was good. Time with Evangeline and Christopher was good. The ending, of course, left off on a cliffhanger. There was not a bad time this episode. It was a very combat-heavy episode. Combat episodes, I don't feel like they are meant to progress the story. There's just like, sometimes combat in D&D takes a while. So an hour of combat isn't that bad. I am surprised that they can get through get through a session of combat in 1 hour. That is surprising. But I will give this episode 9 hit dice out of 10. Like I said, that everything just was really well. Everything worked out. Everybody got enough screen time to do the thing that they wanted to do. I just don't have any complaints about this episode. It was a good episode. I just want to know why they killed an innocent merchant / drug dealer who's trying to support his family on single household drug dealer income. And I just need answers to this. But anyway, it is almost time for me to get ready for work. So you guys have a good day. Really good day. Thank you for listening. If you want to leave a comment, ask questions, whatever, below, go for it. Like the video, subscribe. You guys have a good day. And remember, you are loved, you're important, and you matter. Oh, I said it right this time. Bye.